about graphing linear inequalities. Okay? So, our essential question, what we're going to look at is how a graph represents the many solutions of an inequality. All right, so we're going to start off with a kind of recap on just the inequality. All right, so if your symbol is like this, it means less than, and it has an open circle. So because it doesn't include that actual number. So if I have x is less than, give me a number, between
7.
All right, less than 7. That means that I have an open circle at 7,
Oh, I forgot about that.
right? And it's everything less than 7, so I go in the area or in the manner of my less than sign. Remember this?
Oh, so everything equals is shaded in, and everything that's just greater or less than 7.
Right. Okay, if it's just greater than, it's still an open circle. So if we have x greater than, give me a number. I have a number line between -10 and 10. So you got to pick between those numbers. Let's do 2. Okay, it's an open circle. And again, the arrow and the shading matches my sign. That's if x is on the left side, okay? All right, if it's less than or equal to, that means this time it includes the number. So if I have x is less than or equal to -4, since I'm including 4, I fill in the dot and head in the same direction as my sign. Are we good? Okay. If it's greater than or equal to, it again's a closed circle, and so x is greater than or equal to, give me a number.
3.
3. And so again, closed circle, and representing the line represents all the numbers greater than 3. So I have multiple solutions, right? Okay, then we have our equal sign. Okay, so if x is equal to number 6, sure, then that means you just have a closed circle on 6. All right, are we good so far? All right, now if we have an inequality with 2 variables, that means that we're on an XY coordinate plane, okay? If we have the equal, so let's say y is equal to, let's say x minus 3, okay? This is the graphing like we did yesterday, but it's basically the same thing. The difference is that we have the line, which means every point that this line hits is a solution, right? Okay, so if we have less thans.
This is my.
Yo.
Where did you get the slope from?
I had a slope of 1 because it's the number in front of x, and so since there's no number there, that means it's 1.
So we just go
Up 1 over 1. Okie dokie. If we have less than inequality, now remember on the front side, when we had less than, we had a lot of solutions, right? Okay, so let's say y is equal to, or no, I'm not equal to, let's say y is less than negative 2x plus 4.
Y
Is less than negative 2x plus 4. Okay? Okay, your first step is to graph your line. Okay, so I'm at positive 4, and I'm going to go down the slope of 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And since it's just less than, I use a dashed line. I don't use a solid line. Okay, now, all right, so the second step is a dash or solid line. Okay, the third step is we need to shade. Because it's an inequality, like in the front, we had lots of solutions. Okay, well with these, we have lots of solutions too. If it is less than, what do you think of less when it say less than?
Below the line.
Below, because less would be below, greater than would be above, right? So, what if, before I started shading above, okay, this is going to be we think it's going to be below the line, okay, how do I check? Yeah, you can do it. Your graphing calculators will do it with the shading. But, let's say we don't have our graphing calculator with us. How do we check it? Pick a point, okay? And I'm going to pick the origin of 0, 0. All right? And I substitute it into my equation. So, because 0, 0 is easy, I can say 0 is less than negative 2 times 0 is 0 plus 4. Is 0 less than 4? Okay, if it's true, it's in the shade.
I don't get it.
You don't get what?
How do you get 0 plus 4?
Because I put 0 in for x and 0 here. So negative 2 times 0 gives me 0. And then the plus 4. Okay? So since it was a true statement, then I'm going to shade that region. Question.
Are you always going to take out the number behind x and replace it with the
Hey
number?
guys, stop the side conversation so that I can hear the question, please. Say that again.
So are you always going to take out like the number behind the x and replace it with the number? Like you replace negative 2 with 0?
I put 0 in for x. Negative 2 times 0 is 0. That's why I picked the origin, because it's always going to default to 0.
How do you know to pick that point?
I just picked randomly, and it makes it really
So you can
easy.
pick any
You can
point.
pick any point you want. But 0, 0 makes it easy to look at, because I can simplify it real easy. But you can technically pick any point you want. Okay? All right, let's do greater than. All right, if it's greater than, let's say y is greater than,
4x plus 7.
say what?
4x plus 7.
4x plus 7. Okay. So I start at 7. I'm going to go up 2, 3, 4, and over 1. Down 2, 3, 4, and over 1. I have a dashed line because it's not included. So there's my line. Now, if it's greater than, you would tend to think that it would be above the line, but let's double check. Okay, again, I'm going to pick 0, 0 as my number. Okay, so that would mean 0 is greater than 4 times 0 plus 7. Okay, is 0 greater than 7?
No.
Okay, so not true. So not in the shaded. So it goes back to the point that if it's greater than, it's shade above.
Wait, which side would be above?
Left.
Above would be,
Left.
okay? And that actually brings up a good point. If you're not sure which is above and below, do the point again. This was false, so it's not in the shaded area. So that means I'm going to shade everything on the other side of the line.
Wait, what happens if the line's like straight? Like, yeah, just like that.
Hey, let's do that one. Okay, that's a great question. So let's say that x is less than or equal to, give me a number.
5.
Okay, 5. So that means, and since it's less than or equal to, I'm going to have a solid line. Okay, now, if it's less than, we would go below the line, right? What numbers are below the line?
All the ones to the left.
All the ones to the left. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Now, if we want, let's do our check. Okay? And I'm going to pick the origin again, which means that x is less than or equal to 5. Is that true? That's true. So it is included in my region.
Wait, I have a question.
Okay?
Aren't the last two ones we did open circles?
I'm sorry?
Aren't the top two we did open circles?
Correct. That's why we do a dashed line instead of a solid
Oh.
line.
Never mind.
Great question. All right. All right. Greater than or equal to? Callie. Did you just figure it out? Alrighty. Awesome. Okay. Y is greater than or equal to? Give me a number.
7. 3.
3.
3. I think she heard 7.
I heard 3 a few more times. Okay, y is equal to 3. There's y equaling 3. It's greater than or equal to. And so I'm going to have a solid line. Okay. It's going to be a shade above. So any number greater than 3, well, that's going to be everything above. Okay, feel good with these?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do some practice.
Oh, we just did practice.
No, those were examples. Now it's time for practice, all right? Let's do evens or odds.
Odds.
Okay, we're going to do odds. And then as soon as you're done, we got a Quizlet Live to do.
Oh,